All right, this is 12-3, video number 2, and we're talking about the corollaries of our inscribed angles. The first one talks about two inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. So if we have this inscribed angle, and this is our intercepted arc, and we have another inscribed angle that actually has the same intercepted arc, that means those angles are going to be congruent. So since they have the same intercepted arc, those angle measures are going to be the same. The next one is that an angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. So here's my semicircle, right? And an arc, an angle inscribed in a semicircle. So that angle right here. If I notice the intercepted arc here is the other half of my circle, that'll make this inscribed angle a right angle. Then the third corollary, the opposite angles of a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle are supplementary. So if I have a quadrilateral, so four sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, the angles like angle A and B, those two are going to be supplementary. And supplementary, we remember, is that the sum is going to be 180. So angle A could be like 110. So then that means angle B be 70. So the opposite angles, these two and these two, are going to be supplementary. So we're going to look at some examples of these. So we're going to find the missing measure and our angle 1. So I always look at the associated arc, intercepted arc. So like angle 1 is here, but if I keep extending those sides, the chords that make it up, and then I'll figure out what the arc is. I notice that this is actually inside of a semicircle and the arc is 180. So the measure of angle 1 is half the arc. So it's going to be 90. It's going to be a right angle. The next one, we're using one of our 3 corollaries here. So I look at angle 2, the intercepted arc for angle 2, like I can keep going, it's this arc, right? And then do I notice, is there another arc that it has in common? Another angle that has the same intercepted arc? Yes, it's this guy right here. So then the measure of angle 2 is going to be the same as the angle that has the same arc. So it's going to be 38 degrees. So if they share the same intercepted arc, those angles are congruent. So we're going to use that again in C. Angle 2, if I extend those chords out, the intercepted arc for angle 2 is this guy. Is there another one that has the same intercepted arc? Yes, it's this guy, right? If I keep going down, they have the same. So the measure of angle 2 is also 43. Last example, we're going to use our other corollaries here. We're going to use both for corollaries, actually. So our shape here, we're in a quadrilateral, so we'll probably have to use the whole supplementary idea. So opposite angles are supplementary. So that'll probably mean the measure of angle 1, the measure of angle 3 is going to be 180, and the measure of angle 2 and the measure of angle 4 going to be 180. Somewhere in there, that's probably going to be used. But first, let's figure out if we can use our intercepted arc, which is, and our inscribed angle. So the angle is always half the arc. So if I look at angle 4, let's say, so angle 4 The intercepted arc is this whole guy. So the measure of angle 4 is half of whatever the arc is. And the arc is 60 plus 80, so it's half of 140. So the measure of angle 4 is 70. So we're good there. Then the next one probably helps us relate 4 and 2. So then that means the measure of angle 2, if they're 2 and 4 are supplementary, that's going to be 110. Then we look at angle 1 and 3. Let's go with angle 1. So angle 1 is here, and if I extend, I look at the arc, and it's the whole, like the semicircle. So the measure of angle 1 is 90. And if 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 are supplementary, the measure of angle 3 is also 90.